You've probably seen it, right? Some people just seem to have this magic touch with AI. They get these brilliant results, while everyone else seems stuck in this loop of trial and error. Well, the answer isn't some perfect prompt. It's actually a fundamental shift in how you think about the problem.
Yeah, just let that one sit for a second. This single idea right here is the dividing line. It's the difference between being an operator of an AI and being an architect of its outputs. And this is the core of what we're going to break down.
So this is the central puzzle, isn't it? It has nothing to do with secret keywords or spending hours tweaking every little word. It's about building a machine that does all of that tweaking for you. We're moving way beyond simple tips and getting into the core mechanics of how this stuff really works. So, what is this advanced technique we're talking about? It's called the meta prompt, or as you could think of it, the prompt behind the prompt. It's about creating instructions that don't just ask for a single answer, but actually build the entire framework for all your future answers.
Okay, so let's define this term, a meta prompt. Instead of asking the AI to just perform a task, you're asking it to formalize the structure of that task. So you're not just getting one piece of content back. What you're really getting is a reusable engine for creating that content, perfectly tailored every single time. Now, this is where you can really see the contrast. The standard approach, over on the left, puts you in the role of an operator. Your goal is simple: get one output. But with a meta prompt, on the right, your goal is to create a prompt generator. You're no longer an operator. You become an architect, and your focus shifts from the content itself to abstracting the entire process.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is a strategy that professionals are using right now to build some seriously powerful, repeatable systems. Let's take a look at how it actually works out in the real world.
Think about a financial analyst. Instead of asking the AI to summarize a new earnings report every quarter, they build a meta prompt that generates a custom set of analysis questions based on the specific data in that report. The system adapts on its own, and the quality stays totally consistent.
Or how about a developer? Instead of repeatedly asking for code snippets to debug the same type of error over and over, they create a meta prompt that acts like a specialized copilot. It knows how to ask the right diagnostic questions and generate tailored test cases for that recurring problem. And consider a consultant. They can design a meta prompt that takes raw client notes and generates a perfectly formatted, consistently structured report, one that follows their firm's exact methodology every single time. It's all about encoding your expertise into the system.
So we get what a meta prompt is. Now let's explore the mindset behind building one. This is really about designing the engine, not just driving the car. Your attention moves away from trying to find the perfect combination of words for one situation. Instead, you start focusing on engineering the underlying logic that can handle countless situations. You're basically building the decision tree the AI will follow. And what does that instruction logic actually look like? Well, it's made of components just like these. You've got conditional branches, if you see this, do that. You have role assignments, like act as a skeptical editor. You build in evaluation criteria, judge the output against these 3 principles. And you use really strict formatting rules. This isn't just writing anymore, it's architecture. Now let's contrast that with the approach most of us fall into, the operator's refinement loop. It's a cycle that comes with some pretty significant hidden costs. This slide just clarifies the trade-off perfectly. The standard operator approach has a very low upfront cost. You just type a question, right? But it leads to high downstream friction, all that endless tweaking and refinement. The architect's meta-prompting approach is the exact opposite. A higher upfront cost to design the system, but then you get incredibly low friction for every single use that follows. And that high downstream friction, that's what creates this exhausting cycle. You get an output, you refine it. You get another, you refine it again. You're constantly solving the same structural problem over and over, just with slightly different content each time. It's deeply inefficient. So how do we break out of that loop? It's by adopting the architect's mindset. It's really about leveraging a powerful mental model for efficiency. A meta prompt is basically a cognitive macro. If you've ever used a macro in a spreadsheet, you know exactly how powerful this is. You're taking a complex, repeated sequence of thought processes, and you're compressing it into a single, reusable, and basically flawless instruction. And here's the real payoff. This is not just about saving time. The most significant benefit here is the reduction in your decision overhead. You offload the mental energy of structuring the task to the system you've already built, and that frees up your own cognitive resources for higher-level strategic thinking.
Now, it's important to understand this isn't a silver bullet for everything. There's another trade-off here. Designing an engine like you see on the left gives you incredible repeatability and reliability. But spontaneous prompting, on the right, is much better for pure exploration and creative divergence. The architect knows which tool to use for which job. With all of this in mind, the real question becomes a personal one. It's time to turn this analytical lens inward and start examining your own processes and your own interactions with these tools.
So ask yourself this, honestly. When you sit down to use an AI, is your goal to get one answer, or is it to build a system that can provide 1,000 answers? Your approach really reveals your mindset.
Look for the patterns. What is the cognitive task you perform over and over again? Summarizing articles, drafting certain types of emails, analyzing data. Every single one of those patterns of repetition is an opportunity to build an engine. And finally, let's just flip the entire script. Instead of just asking what you can get from the AI, start asking yourself, what part of my own instruction-giving process could the AI help me design? That is the prompt behind the prompt.